It is lights out, and away we go here at Austin. And who's going to get the lead into the first corner? It looks like a very good start for Franco Lopez, but it looks like George has got a better start from the second launch of the race. And they now come out of the first corner now. Then Perrin holds on to third, but he's gone a little bit wide. Galloway tried to have a look around the outside there, but it can't quite work out. And the top two pull away as a result of that. So Perrin, luckily, was not able to lose a place there from all of that, but it nearly ended in disaster. And surprisingly enough, everybody's kept it clean through the first few corners, but it's Roke who still leads. It has indeed. There's been a collision at the hairpin there. Luckily, there was no contact involving that on the rear wing as well. So it's actually 3 cars that got damaged, and that's because... Or Toyota, we know, of course, he is leaving Renault at the end of the season, as they'll be having Quag and Martins in the team next season. Meanwhile, Kupok again trying to have a go at Patel, but the camera rightly cuts away from that, as Patel was trying to have a go at... so Kupok on the inside now, Patel into the hairpin. Has he got the move done this time by, as they're going to try and remain side by side, going towards that right-hander who's got the edge. Kupok hanging it around the outside, and he gets the move done. Kupok up into 11th position. And has made a mistake coming into the stadium section there, and he's lost 3 places as a result. Clearly, maybe pushing a bit too hard to try and get Roman Quag in front, and as a result, it's cost him 3 places.
We can see in the front, so there is some drivers behind him that are coming in. 22 laps of field for him, and 7.2 second pit stop.
So let's see where Lopez is going to emerge. You said he may be around about 13th place, so let's see where Lopez is going to emerge then after this pit stop. A 7.2 second stop it is. It's currently 12th. Where is De Rosa on the racetrack now then, as he comes out of the pits, and he's actually going to rejoin in front of De Rosa, because De Rosa is in fact coming to the pit. So Lopez... The question is, where is Franco Lopez on the racetrack? Of course, Armand Carr is coming into the pits at the end of this up, and I think Roke should be able to get away before Carr gets there. 5.7 seconds, a lot quicker than Franco Lopez. He's put on 17 laps worth of fuel. Where is Lopez on the racetrack meanwhile, as Roke is coming down pit lane now then, and Lopez, I think we've actually missed him there. He's actually coming onto the pit straight right now. There he is, and it's going to be quite close, but I think Roke is going to do enough to stay in front. So Roke does stay in front, but he's going 4 laps less than what Lopez is, because Lopez has got 21 laps worth of fuel. There might be indeed, but let's see how quick the stop is going to be then for the Red Bull mechanics with Evan Byrne. 20 laps worth of fuel, that says, so he's going quite similar to what Lopez is doing. 6 point summit stop, and he does jump Quag in the pits as expected. So Byrne does jump Quag. It was a 6.6 second stop for Evan Byrne, but where is he going to emerge? Lopez and George Roke have already gone through, as you can see on the death panel on the top of your screen there. I know for a fact as well that Roke would probably have to lift off when Mocho comes in, so that could give Lopez a huge advantage here. Is he going to try and take full advantage here of George Roke into the final corner? Oh, that was close indeed between the pair of them. Lopez had to jam on the brakes to ensure he didn't cream cracker into the back of George Roke, but now he's got a run on him up towards the pit straight. Roke already going defensive. Going into turn 1 is Lopez going to get the lead of the race. Instead, Roke has been forced wide, but Lopez has not been able to get the move done, surprisingly. I thought Lopez was going to get it done there, but surprisingly enough, Roke was just able to hold on. On Galloway down this back straight, and he's going to go to the inside this time, by. He's learned from the mistake of what he did with Macho earlier on, which nearly gave Lopez the opportunity to pounce on him into the last corner, as he's out on the inside of Jake Galloway heading into the hairpin down the inside, and Roke gets the move done. George Roke back in the lead of the Grand Prix. Of Jake Galloway, can he pull the move off this time by? He's going to go to the inside onto the back straight. Just looking at the straight line speed, looks like the Ferrari has got something extra than what the Mercedes has, but surely Lopez will try and break that a little bit later. He's going to leave his braking late, and Lopez is now back up into 2nd place.
Yeah, been an important move from him, and he's up to 2nd place, but he has lost a lot of time to George Roke.
Byrne now on the inside of Armand Carr. This is the fight for 5th position. Byrne now on the inside of Armand Carr. He goes down the inside, and Byrne looks like he's got the move done. Yes, he has. Byrne up into 5th position, and he's past the Mercedes of Armand Carr. If he wants to get the podium. I don't know what Byrne's pace like is compared to Perrin, but it's something to keep an eye. But now Perrin on the inside of Jake Galloway. Down the back straight we go. Perrin on the inside. Can he get the move done on Jake Galloway on the inside? And he gets the move done. Perrin up into 3rd position, and he's back onto the podium places. And now Clark actually looking to the outside line of Armand Carr. Surprisingly, they're going to remain side by side. And you know what? He might actually get it done, because he's still alongside him, and he goes around the outside.
Yeah, what a move from him, and the straight line speed he's got. I feel like Armand Carr's got a draggier car, looking at that.
So he's now got back ahead of the Lamborghini drivers. We've got a yellow flag, and it's Valdinger. It looks like a mechanical problem. It is a suspension failure has taken care, so we've gone 23 laps without a retirement. Be then for the Red Bull mechanics. Lopez will take the lead temporarily, and looking at the fuel load, 21 laps. Yep, it is a free stop for George Roque, so that should be the same for both Perinen and Lopez. And Roque has to wait, of course, because Perinen is coming into the pit lane. You get slightly held up there, but I don't think it's going to affect Roque too much to the point where Lopez jumps him in the pit. So I don't think that's going to cost him too much time. But yeah, that's that really. Perinen now into the pits. He finishes off his pit stop, 21 laps of fuel. So yeah, he's going quite similar to what George Roque is. Same fuel load, in fact. So both Jesus and George on the same strategy here.
Yep, and let's see how many laps of fuel. Looks like a 17 laps of fuel stint for Quag. What about Armour Car? 21?
Just prepare yourself.
Yeah.
He's got 4 laps longer than Quad, but crucially both still on the free stop. So it does seem like for the most part, apart from Jake Galloway, most of the field are going on a free stop strategy today. Basically muscling his way through. Oh, Griffiths has got a problem. His engine is smoking, but he was pitting at the end of this lap anyway. I hope this doesn't cause a little bit of a weaving glitch later on, because he's got a fire engine at the back, but he's going to survive as a result of that. And, well, Griffiths is lucky that he was pitting at the end of this lap anyway, but I hope this doesn't cause a weaving glitch later on. He is on fresher tyres, though, so in theory, he should pull away from the leaders as a result. But, yeah, that's that, really, as he'll have that engine repaired as a result. There goes the smoke, but he will be joined down in last position, 7 seconds worth of fuel into the hairpin there. So yeah, a little bit of squirring. Oh no! Car's got a problem, and that's not going to be a pit stop. He's going to be out of the race. That's an engine blow up for Armour Car, and well, his miserable race comes to an end as Lopez, his teammate, comes into the pits at the end of this lap. Indeed so, and well, we also know as well, could this maybe affect his chances at the second Red Bull seat? Because of course we know how Roque has been doing the season, but he pulls off at the pit straight. Where is that wheel going meanwhile? I hope it's not going to be on the racing line, and it looks like it's going to wheel its way out of the track, thankfully, for quite a while. But the question will be, because Lopez is going to be on fresher tyres compared to Roque, will he be able to catch him up?
And of course they do have one more stop to make, so let's see what Lopez can do within this stint, and let's see what can happen on the final stops.
Indeed, and interesting enough, can he get himself in front of Perinen here? Let's see, because Perinen was gaining before the pit stops, and he is going to come out in front of Lopez here. So Lopez not only has got to try and chase after Roque, he's also got to chase after Perinen. So Perinen has been able to get the jump on Lopez. Coming out of the final turn we go now then. Lopez in the slipstream of Jesus. Perinen now then. He's going right into the slipstream now then. He's going to go to the inside. Perinen is really defending him off there into the first corner. Can Lopez pull the move off into turn 1? It's all contact made there as Lopez muscles his way through up into second place. A little bit cheeky there. Maybe getting a little bit of comeuppance there after the amount of contact at this stage of the race now then. As meanwhile, this is a Gal now trying to have a go at this is Joantas Martins on the inside into the first corner. This is going to get pretty tight. Oh no, Martins is out of the race. Martins is out. A front wing loss there for Gal, and once again Gal has caused another incident.
Yeah, and that's pretty much concludes a disastrous race for Miklos Gal.
Yep, indeed, and well, Martins is not going to be happy with Gal on that one at all. He's going to be forced to pit yet again.
Should be close enough this time. He's close in the slipstream. He's going to pull alongside to the inside line, and he should get this move done. Let's see. Brakes later than Cog, and that's the move done. P5 for Evan Byrne.
Yep, so coming around the triple right-hander, we will go on the racetrack now then, as Wilson will be coming in. So this is the opportunity that Byrne needs to get the move done on the Ferrari driver. Galloway's going to get held up. Byrne says thank you very much, and he gets the move done. Byrne up into 4th place, but Ken Galloway getting back onto the pit straight. To come down by inches, it must be said. As meanwhile, Galloway in for his second and final stop. He went with a 2-stop, and as expected, he is going to the end of the race. So he went a little bit differently, and it's fair to say Galloway has made this strategy work today.
Yeah, he has made this strategy work, and Chong's gone around. Yep, we're going to take a look there. Oh, she just lost the rear. Yep.
Okay, no pressure.
16 laps of fuel for Roque.
He finishes off his pit stop. Perinen now into the pits for Renault. So I would imagine that Roque is still going to emerge in second place, of course. Or that's Byrne also goes through as well. We'll have to wait and see. Perinen's just crossed the line, but of course he's coming into the pits. Roque comes out of the pit lane and he still rejoins in second place. So he had a big enough gap to his team.
upwards, so let's see what the gap will be. I think Roke will be ahead. Let's see. And it's
4.9 seconds. 4.9 second pit stop. Sorry to interrupt you there. 4.9 second stop for Franco Lopez. A very, very quick stop indeed. Where is George Roke? He's just coming down the pit straight now, so Roke will retake the lead. But that is the gap that Lopez needs to try and gain if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Here he comes. And no, in fact, Quad gets back in front of him because he's obviously had more time on those fresher tyres, as does Jake Galloway. So if Byrne wants to get 4th place, he's got to re-overtake those two.
Yeah, but that's not ideal. You know, Byrne's on the inside of Jake Galloway, and that's the position for Evan Byrne. He's up to 5th place.
We go then onto the back straight we go now then as Byrne is in the slipstream. He's going to go to the inside line. Quark was a little bit too late to defend, but Byrne is on the inside of Roman Quark. Danny inside into the hairpin, and he gets the move done. Byrne up into 4th position. Towards the left-hand of the track. Meanwhile, Galloway now attacking Quark for 5th place. He's going to dive it Danny inside into the hairpin. There's all bit of contact, and the main contact is spun, and they're both out of the race. And well, I think really, I don't think that's the normal hairpin malarkey that we usually have at that point. It's always up a huge traffic jam as a result. We've got a huge pile-up down at the hairpin now then, and that Haas has taken full advantage there, giving him the space. He was taking the wider line, so he kind of invited Galloway to go for that move, and then he just, for some reason, just turned back into the racing line, and it caused that whole melee. Yeah, that's Hey, the Superinen's got an engine failure. His engine failure nightmare comes back to haunt him in the closing stage of the race. So while all that was kicking off, Perinen has lost the podium thanks to an oil leak. And well, he didn't win a race for Red Bull last season. He picked up a victory at Suzuka, but now he's going to add another one as he comes down to the pit straight. It is going to be George Roke who wins the United States Grand Prix here at Austin. A fantastic drive for the Brit, and he now moves himself back up to 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. George Roke takes the victory for Red Bull with Franco Lopez, and increases his lead by a little bit in 2nd place. Evan Byrne, thanks to a lot of luck, gets onto the final podium spot in 4th. In 3rd side, with Michael Mocho in 4th, Bartosz Kloss in 5th. A great haul of points for Haas today, with David Kupok getting 6th on the final lap as he passed Rahul Patel, who finishes in 7th. Chris Chatfield finishes in 8th, so double points. Well, it would have been double points, but Jake Galloway, of course, crashed out, but at least he gets some points regardless for Ferrari. Kevin DeRosa gets some more points for McLaren in 9th, with Lower Chunk completing the points in 10th position, ensuring a double points finish for Lamborghini.